So anyway, so that's what I was typing away, and I thought I'd just do an early morning space, and rather than for me to talk about my typical drivel, I thought I might slightly focus it on and talk around tweets of the week that we have come across, slightly connected or related to some womany type stuff would be good.
Nina got me addicted to her early morning spaces, and then like 2 months ago, when she stopped doing them, I was like an addict, going, "Where is she?"
Nino,
Yeah,
welcome. Sunday
I'm
morning
just
early.
hello. I'm just here to give a wee plug for Global Women's Day, and it's working. Have you seen all the tweets? It's amazing. I'm so excited.
I really haven't seen a lot of tweets.
I haven't seen. I've watched the timeline since Friday evening, Nino. I haven't seen many. What naturally has come up in my timeline is just really weird, as possibly something to do with who maybe I'm following, and that's loads of ideology stuff. Baby pink, baby blue, flaggy stuff.
Okay, I know that part of the reason that Nina and WRN have been working on this Global Women's Day of the 8th and 9th of July is that normal women, forgive me, International Women's Day, which March 1st, I think, was overwhelmed, I'm not speaking well, by trans activity. And I was pissed. It's Sunday where I am now. Yesterday on Saturday, the 8th, that Twitter's filled with in London supposedly 10,000, then 20,000. Then I almost threw my phone against the wall. 30,000 trans in the street? Was that correct?
Supposedly, yeah. I mean, yes, it's everywhere. I couldn't look anywhere except see, excuse me, see their messaging.
And it was London? And why
Yes,
are they doing this on July 8th when Pride Month just ended?
because there's a lot of structural support for the expression of this ideology and movement.
I want to imagine if 500 of us blocked a street, a main street in London, turfs. What do you think would happen?
um,
The police would, like, fire hose us?
what we're getting to is a very interesting question,
I think
Giselle.
I was wondering, and I wanted Nina to weigh in, if she thought trying for a Global Women's Day on the 8th, 9th might have been an impetus, a motivation for the trans plague to descend on London. There is a sharper tone where it is more acutely perceived by me that people are unable to gracefully explore conversationally in a conversational tone disagreements. And it's kind of what Shane and I were saying. I don't like using word. I don't believe that they don't. Oh, uh, Tweeter does record all these spaces for 30 days. So I don't like saying the word RIOT or REVOUL, whatever. But yeah, there's sort of a a firecracker is going to go off soon tone that I'm starting to perceive. Like people are getting really short tempered.
I do agree that there is more kind of a more confrontational tone in spaces, and I think that reflects what's happening in the world offline. Things seem to be getting more cross. So if you remove talking, conversation, debate, what is there left, etc. To what you said before, or started to say, what if loads of women went down to some ideology demonstration? It would result in conflict. I think we're just a few footsteps away from conflict. I think one of the reasons why we're a few steps away from conflict and we're not in a state of conflict is because males are not involved in the ideology resistance, etc. They're still sort of like nonplussed, looking, not meeting your gaze, looking at their feet, etc., and just not being involved until something affects them. really, like this case of this terrible murder of an ideology piece person who was LARPing as a woman, and unfortunately, they were killed by another man when they found out that other man found out, in fact, he had intimacy with a bloke. Anyway, therefore, this is going to come about, and this maybe is this is a terrible thing to say. This might be the only thing that males feel directly affects them, not their daughter, not their wife, not their mother, not their sister, not their niece, but them.
Well,
Really.
gay men are getting, there's a lot, if you listen, I listen to some of the recorded spaces of, they're getting awfully pissed at chicks who have their boobs cut off coming in their steam rooms. They're irritated.
Yeah, I can see that, and where gay men are getting affected, and I'm wondering how under threat they are when this actually happens to men, and when it's male on male conflict, we can see the difference. It's going to be really weird how that plays out, because we have had cases in the UK of female on female. Yes, it's like women LARPing as men, um,
Oh my God.
deceiving
Having sex
women
with
and
a
a
straight
child,
man.
a girl, into intimate behaviour. And on these cases, 2 or 3 individuals were found. This went to court for 2 or 3 individuals, and at least 2 of them were found guilty, and 1 got a custodial sentence.
That's interesting. I wonder if England would do the same thing if rape can only be with a penis.
It wasn't called rape as such, really, but it was something by deception or assault by deception. And I think this will increase as people are forced into a world of, untruth, yes, and as those men who LARP as women become confident about their behaviour, it will reach males in time, and it's likely that there will be a conflict, really, even with the threat of men hanging around children or your daughter, or all this naked stuff that you're seeing as part of the ideology or whatever, doesn't seem to make that many men move or comment or anything. So it's about what directly affects them for them, I think. Yeah, so it's really weird how that case was treated over there compared to the UK cases of women LARPing as men and deceiving these women, and 1 was classified as a child as well in a court case. But that will change. So, talking about tweets, okay, so hi Cheryl as well, and domestic tea. I've just opened up an early morning breakfast session before the politics programmes and all the rest of it start in the UK, just to talk about if people have seen any interesting women, female related tweets. So obviously lots of outrage about some bloke looking like he's breastfeeding and stuff like that. And that's also been on the main news as well. And you've got 2 or 3 MPs supporting this, so they're okay about a man putting a protruding part of his body in a baby's body, and trying to normalise that and erode that boundary. It's just unacceptable in any way. But that's what I think. However, clearly lots of people don't think it's unacceptable.
It's just all too kind of grotesque for me. And yeah, I read 3 days ago off Twitter a report of the comparison, and apparently it's similar or identical except for the fact there's no colostrum. The magic golden liquid containing protein, antibodies, and something else I can't remember, probiotics. And so, do I think it's disgusting? Sure. The other thing is, They said that the chick had a smirk in that picture. She did not. That's not a smirk. She was LARPing a Madonna face. There's no question. The moment I saw it, I'm like, that's La Pieta. Mary holding Jesus.
Can I
Was it
make a point? Just
huh?
now, just for the back burner. I'm sorry. I'll press this domestic tea. Is of all this, what I find the most irritating and unbelievable is the lack of disgust